Perfectly Matched follows the exhilarating adventures of much-loved Australian author Rachel Jane Cassidy as she travels the world looking for the answers to the age-old question of finding the one. Perfectly Matched is a collection of uplifting, heartwarming stories woven together during her journey, from Europe's largest matchmaking festival in Ireland to exotic romance cities like Paris and Monaco.
I started writing Perfectly Matched as I wanted to put a smile on readers' faces. My hope is that the reader can escape the challenges of everyday life and immerse themselves in an uplifting, funny and heartwarming book.
Sharing my thoughts with Rachel Jane in order to help her through the book was a wonderful experience. For those who know Rachel Jane, she's very open-minded and a great listener, and I think she has a lot of respect for the psychology profession. So coming from the angle that I was able to offer some guidance and advice for, was a good experience for both of us.
The good thing about Rachel Jane's book is she covers subjects that you don't find in one book. You might find it in various things or on the internet, and you've got to go looking, but she's done all the research. She's worked hard and long. She's a very thorough author, and she has come up with a really good product.
It comes from a compassionate sort of a perspective, because you can tell she's really compassionate about what she does. The first thing is just helping people. She loves helping people, and that's just open, it's evident.
She is a very natural person, and you feel very comfortable in her company. And she's very humble, and I found her to be one of the most pleasant people I've ever spoken to or came in contact with.
She's got a talent for getting people's stories out there. Like, she's able to extract information from the people that she talks to and convert that into a written way that's really interesting. She also has a knack of finding people that are interesting.
Yeah, she does.
I think she has a great humanism in her writing. It's not just a collection of facts and a transcript of interviews. There's a lot of conclusions that she makes based on her own experiences as well as people she's dealt with. And I just come away with the feeling that her writing style is very easy to read and clever and captures you, and it's one of those page turners. Once you start, it's the old cliche, you can't put that particular chapter down. You know, you want to see how it's all going to come out. So I think she's an extremely talented writer and a nice person too. I mean, that's just from my several times being interviewed and then the follow-up chats as the book came closer to completion. I think she's got a lot of heart herself. I mean, the cover of the book's actually a good encapsulation of her ethos, I think.
When I first met Rachel Jane Cassidy, it was at Government House. There was a crowded room full of people. There were doctors, dentists, lawyers, and I spotted her and she spotted me and came across and told me that she was about to write a book. And the book was about couples that were perfectly matched. And she said, we've got things to talk about. From that point, it was a friendship developed, and we worked very well together in the early stages of this book.
I travelled the world meeting matchmakers from Ireland, London, Monaco and beyond. I attended the largest matchmaking festival in Europe, which is in Lisdoonvarna, where I met some of the most hopeful singles I've ever encountered. They were flirting with romance on every corner. I think I left scuff marks on the shoes of third-generation matchmaker Willie Daly as I chased him around for our interview, which he'd actually forgotten was about to take place.
Beverly reminisces about her enormously talented sister, Judith Durham the Seekers, who gave her last interview to Rachel Jane before she passed away, disclosing her heartwarming love story with Ron Edgeworth.
She was always very complimentary about Rachel Jane and always said that she was always very careful to take into account exactly what Judy wanted to be put into the book. And but she did, you know, she was saying how well it was going and that she hoped that she was going to be around for the launch, which sadly, as we know, she won't be. But no, she was very impressed with all her interactions with Rachel Jane is how I remember it.
Many others opened to their own experiences, talking about their feelings and journeys, revealing even though they're all different, they found the path to happiness.
If I could describe my relationship with Peter, it would be loving, comfortable and reliable.
Yeah, it's been very rewarding. Areas that I'm weak at, Gillian's very good at. And when you put those things together, it makes a better relationship.
The intrinsic story started out actually as a love story. It is our love story.
When we first really met, you know, the internal feeling was very different to a general feeling that you would meet when you see people. So it was a very deep connection for me as well. So
when I read John's story, it got me all emotional. I'm like, how did Rachel Jane get this fella of mine to open up like he did? It was just, wow. I was like crying my eyes out when I first read it because I'm like, oh, he's so, I mean, I know he's beautiful, but he was so, he doesn't usually open up to strangers, but Rachel Jane had the skills to draw everything out of this gorgeous guy, so it's beautiful.
I think you know, everyone has a different approach. Everyone meets people differently, but essentially the elements of a long-lasting relationship all have similarities. You know, trust, perseverance,
kindness, loyalty, all those
yeah.
things that we all know about.
So I think the book Perfectly Matched will kind of define how people will have seen matchmaking, that it's not about the two of you being a replica of each other, it's either complementing each other and being able to make things work in your way, in how you define it, that suits you and suits your purpose, regardless of where you're at in your love journey.
Well, with me also I want to acknowledge and validate Rachel Jane. You've done an amazing work. I mean, she's a what do you call a ridiculous writer. She just writes. But this one, I like the fact that she's put even the single, the married into it.
Over many years, thoughtful matchmakers have mentored me, providing valuable insights and wisdom. This, combined with years of in-depth research and interviews with psychologists, singles, couples, contestants from television reality shows, high-profile celebrities and everyday people, draws from a collection of raw and deeply personal revelations. This book captures the very essence of human connections.
I highly recommend that book to the public. I believe investment to read the book will definitely enhance our family relationship, and then probably will help in us making less mistakes.
Rachel Jane's book is really important, not only to a young person looking to enter into a relationship, but people who have had mature relationships and for whatever reason want to reach out to a new relationship. And life experiences is that if you're stuck in a long-term relationship, you tend to lose sight of a lot of things, and this book here is able to be of great assistance to people wanting to get back into the dating game.
Because she comes from the heart. Rachel Jane is a very sensitive, astute, caring, loving woman, and I would say she's got a message to give, and that means she's in touch with who she is.
What excites me about the project is really human beings being able to see other human beings in a much more realistic light. I know there's lots of television shows and reality TV out there that's not necessarily pitched to what is completely within the normal range, and I think when you just see your everyday neighbour or person, you may have an idea that they're having a very easy relationship or making comparatives to yours, but I think when people are able to read Rachel Jane's book, they'll get an understanding of that we're kind of all in it together.
To find out more about Perfectly Matched, visit the website racheljanecassidy.com.au. If you want to fall in love head over heels again and again, join Greg Evans and matchmakers around the world for this must-read book.
Well, that's all for today's show. If you'd like to let us know about any live event coming up in the next month in the inner Melbourne region, shoot us an email. Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll see you next time.